morning, guys. Oh, me. We're sitting over here at the Indiana Transport Yard, right here in Elkhart, Indiana. So, just got hooked up to my boat and fixing to get ready to pull out. I just wanted to make a video. I done one time before. Of course, it's been several months ago. This is the second boat I've pulled since I've been here, and so I figured I'd just make another video on it and show you guys what to look for. And it's really not that hard. I mean, it's pretty simple to hook up, but basically show you what you need in order to pull it, and what to look for. So it's not real cold outside, but it's a little chilly, so I'm enjoying my coffee. But I ran into another subscriber a while ago here at the office. Corey, I believe was his name. I hope I got that right. It was good meeting you, Corey. And it's always good meeting my subscribers out here, and people who follow my channel. And it's good to talk with y'all. It's good to, I guess, know that I'm not going unnoticed for the work I do in this. It may not seem like it's easy to do these channels, and because all you do is just sit here and talk, but time you sit down and try to figure out, well, what can I do a video on, and then you got to do it, then you got to go edit it, and then you don't like it, so you got to go back and edit it again, or it's too long or whatever. And then it can get pretty hectic sometime, and stressful actually. But yeah, just trying to figure out what to do and what to say. And of course, most of y'all know that I don't sometimes I don't know what to say too well. My mouth sort of gets in the way sometime. And guys, I'm gonna try to, for those in the past, I apologize for some of the language I've used, and I'm gonna try to do better. Those of you that know me personally, and those of you that's watched my pretty much most of my videos, know I'm just the type of person. I speak my mind, and whatever I feel, that's what I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna try to do better. So, but anyway, we're gonna get off here, and I'm gonna show you the boat and what to look for and stuff like that. And we'll see you here in just a second. Alright guys, well, there she is. Of course, I've already got hooked up and everything. My old truck needs a bath. I gotta see, normally I stop in Glendale and get it washed, but I'm gonna be running through more rain and going down, because I gotta go just a little bit south of Birmingham. So I'm gonna try to find me a place closer to Birmingham to get it washed, because I'll be back home Thursday, probably hopefully around noon or maybe a little bit before. But Thursday night we got Christmas parade, and so I gotta get it cleaned up by then. I may go ahead and just get it washed as close as I can to Birmingham. That way get the majority of the dirt, because it rained the whole way up here. And then that way whenever I get home, I just take the pressure washer and just spray it off. Hopefully it'll be clean enough. But anyway, now what we do with mine, I've done it for the last sorry I keep getting off topic here, but with my truck for the last 5 years, I believe, I have pulled the Santa Claus float in our Christmas parade. The first year I done it with just a regular old pickup. Then 3 years I take it back. I'm sorry, take it back. The first year I done it, and then basically the last 4 years I have used a big truck. The last 3 years, I used, but not counting last year, but I used my cab over. I may try to do a little video one day of just throw some little clips and pictures and stuff like that together of my old cab over I rebuilt, and tell you a little bit about the process. I had a 1987 Freightliner cab over that I found sitting out in the weeds, and I bought it for $1,500. Had it towed back to the house, and over about a 4-year period I completely rebuilt it from the ground up. But anyway, and then last year with the gooseneck trailer, I used my dually, and then that's what we're gonna do this year. Somebody else is gonna drive my truck this year, pulling him, because I got the Tahoe, so I have the Tahoe in there with my dog Simper. So anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about, the boat. All right, so like I said, I've already went around it and inspected it. Everything's good, but I'm just gonna go around, tell you what things that you might need, things to look for, stuff like that. So obviously you can see I don't have my weight distribution hitch. It's right there. Now I could use it, I just have to swap out the ball. I don't really feel like doing that, so I just use this 3-way. Technically not supposed to use those, but I think those more in line for campers. That thing right there has hauled 15,000 pounds before. I know for a fact because I've done it. So it is what it is. Anyway, takes a 2-inch ball. Actually, it's, I think, just a little shy of 2 inch, and it's something millimeter. See if I can't find it here. Yeah, takes a 50 millimeter ball, which is actually just shy, just like a few, I mean, millimeters, centimeters, whatever you want to call it, of 2 inches. But it's got a bigger, it needs a bigger ball than a 1 7/8. But so it locks down on the 2 inch just fine. And my last boat I pulled, I didn't have no trouble with it. So got that, you just back up, drop it down in there. It have this little flap, push that over, and then whenever you get ready to unlock it, just push that over, pick up, and then it's got a little pin right here, goes through on the other side. Then of course your chains, they're probably going to be a little long. Make sure the nuts and everything on here are tight. And then of course I got them crossed and got them twisted so that way they're not dragging the ground. They it's got the old style roller cable, I mean dolly and everything. Guys, whenever you go to deliver, make sure, if you are on uneven ground, make sure that you scotch your wheels on your trailer. You should be doing that anyway, even on a camper. But just take you a couple pieces of block or something, or go in there and ask them and say, hey, this is on uneven ground. And if they tell you, oh, people do it all the time, well, tell them they may do it, but I'm not comfortable with it. Because until they sign off on it, you're responsible for it. Anyway, I delivered one down to, I think, Summerfield or something like that, Florida, to Camping World, and it wasn't much of a incline, but it was just enough to where whenever it came off the hitch, it started rolling. So luckily, what I did, always keep your chains hooked up until, basically unhook, leave your chains hooked up, so that way if it starts rolling, then your chains are gonna stop it. So it's either gonna hit your truck, or the chains are gonna catch it and it's gonna keep it from going a mile down the road. So basically unhook, keep your chains hooked up until last. Let your chains be the last thing you take off. You plug. Now this does take a 3-pin plug, and basically you see right there, one of them sticking out. That top one is basically for your brakes, to activate that brake system thing. I don't have the actual plug to convert that over. So if you plan on hauling boats, or like these pontoon boats like this, I think most of them are set up like that. So you may have to get one of the special adapters, like, yes, you know. Actually, I had two, and there's another guy picking up a boat, and he ran into the same problem. His didn't have like this. His actually went inside, so like the Chevys do, and he didn't have enough room to get that other pin in there. So luckily I had one, and it was an older one. Let him have this one, belonged to my dad, but this one's actually like a tester, sort of. Anyway, let's see if I can get this one hand. Well, there we go. Alright, so you got 3 prongs right there. Actually, it takes 4. Yeah, that one right there has got 4 prongs. So you need one that has a negative, then it has 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're gonna be pulling these, you need to get what I've been meaning to buy, get one off Amazon. I just ain't had a chance to do it yet, or well, I've had plenty of chances, just forgotten. No excuse. Anyway, I gotta put my tags on. I still gotta put my placards on. But anyway, that's that. Now, whenever you inspect this boat, you got 3 different things you got to inspect. You got to inspect the trailer, you got to inspect the boat, and you got to inspect the motor. So you just walk around, make sure there's no paint chipping, no dents, anything like that, rust marks on the trailer itself. I'll go back here in just a minute and show you about strapping it down, but because I still got to do that. That's another thing. Whenever you pull these boats, you got to bring your own straps. Preferably at least 3. Well, a minimum of 2, at least 3, preferably 4. And I'll show you why here in just a minute. Anyway, let me back up so I can get this out. Now, this thing right here's got like cords that run through here, and then it just ratchets it down right here to keep it tight. Now, over time, you're gonna have to stop going down the road because the wind's gonna catch it and stretch it and all that stuff. So you got to pull over, and every time you stop, just go back here and retighten them. And just get up underneath, look at the floats, make sure they don't have any dents, holes, anything like that in them. Climb up on the steps, just look up top, make sure there's no holes in the top up there, because if there is, then wind's going to get down in there, and water and everything else. So, and if wind gets in there, it's just going to tear this plastic stuff all to pieces, because it's going to be flapping going down the road. So look at that, just walk around it. Same thing on the camper, make sure there's no dents, no scratches, all that kind of good stuff. Check your wheels, still got to torque them down, make sure they're not flat. But yeah, that plastic up there, it's probably going to tear and probably start coming off. That really ain't gonna hurt anything. So starts coming off too bad, then you may want to just get up there with a knife or something and just trim the plastic. That way it's not blowing on somebody's car. You get a ticket for littering. Anyway, so all right, so what you need to do, and of course it's got a little scratch there. But look up underneath it. Look at these. I don't know exactly what to call it. I call them floats, but look at these floats. Now, the first one that I picked up, it was several months ago. James actually picked one up too, but his we had to end up giving it back because right there on that center float, it had a humongous dent in it. And so don't just look. I know on campers and stuff, you're used to just looking on the sides and stuff like that. These boats, you gotta get up, you gotta look underneath. Look underneath them and everything. Make sure all your cross members and all that stuff are good. So there really ain't much to check on the motor. Just make sure that the cover's on. I guess make sure there's no leaks or anything like that. All your lines are good. Give it a good tugging. Make sure that your motor and everything ain't gonna fall off going down the road. Your VIN number on these boats is right here. If you're looking at the back of the motor, if you're looking at the back of the boat, it's just on the right side of the motor on the hull. So there's your VIN. Of course, you got a VIN on the motor. Basically, you got 3 different titles on this thing: one for trailer, one for the boat, one for the motor. And of course, you can't really get to the motor, but check it. But as long as that VIN right there is right, you're good to go. Those last 4, 3, that's the last 3 of my serial numbers. That's how I know that I got it when I was driving around. And so you just, like I said, just keep walking around it, make sure everything's good. Like I said, guys, make sure there's no holes in this, like right there. I may get some tape and tape over that, because believe it or not, just that little bitty hole right there, wind to get up in there, and then it'll start stretching it and tear that thing all to pieces. I need to get me a zip tie and zip this up, and just make sure that nothing catches it going down the road. Just look over it real good and make sure that that everything's good, just like you would a camper. You just got just a little bit different things to check. It's not that hard. Anyway, so basically what I do is I take a strap and I hook right in here. I'll go down through there and then I'll hook it right here. That'll pull down, because if you don't put them straps on, you're going down these bumpy roads, that thing's gonna keep bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, and then it's ended up gonna walk itself off, and you don't want that to happen. Same thing here. There it is up in there. I don't know if you can see it. And then the same thing. Then on the front, so that's 2 straps. So that's the minimum what you need is 2 straps. You got one right here. The first one I pulled up, it didn't have this piece right here. It just went straight. Well, only thing that's doing is pulling the boat forward. It's not giving it no downward pressure to keep from hitting the bumps. Luckily what they did, they came over, added this, and then came back up. So now it's giving it pulling forward and pulling down a little bit. So make sure that this is locked. Make sure your pin right there is locked in. And then what I do is, that one is fine, but just for an extra peace of mind, I will take another strap and I will hook it here. I go under the frame, right that center part of the frame, and then I go back up there on the other side and I ratchet it down. That give it more downward pressure. That way, if something was to happen to this one and it break, then basically I got a second line of defense. So And so every time you stop, just like on a big truck, if those of you who have ever used to drive trucks or anything like that, and you got to like pulling flatbeds, you know, you stop every so many miles and check your straps. A lot of these guys don't. You're supposed to, because I'll be driving down the road seeing straps and everything flapping. So just every time you strap or stop, just make it a habit of check your straps, make sure it's still tight, because all the bouncing up and down the road, it's going to stretch them straps, it's going to loosen them, and so just make sure everything's still good. Which you should be doing that with a camper anyway. Every time you stop, just take a quick walk around, make sure everything's still good, no doors come open, no windows have flew out, all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to get my straps put on and my placards and tags and all that stuff, check my lights, and then I'll get back and I'll show you what I was talking about with the straps. Alright guys, I'm back. Alright, so I got everything, got my wheels torqued down and placards on, all that stuff good to go. So what I did, I took one strap, I hooked it right here in the eye bolt, which that's what it's made for. As long as their welds are good and it'll hold. You ain't got to get crazy with it, just snug it down to where the strap ain't gonna move. Whenever you tighten this one down, you don't want to go back and recheck this one right here, make sure it's still tight. But just went from here under the frame right there, and then back up to the other side. And every time I stop, I'll check them. All right, on the back, I had to do a little bit different this time because I used different straps. Normally you take the hook right here, run it down through here, and hook it in there. Well, I got too much cable or line or whatever in between the hook and the ratchet. So whenever I hooked it there, my ratchet was coming up here, and whenever I would snug it down when I got to where I was going, that I wouldn't be able to open it all the way up and pop it loose. So, and then I couldn't hook it right here, because then that metal will be digging into that, and you do not want that, because you don't want to scratch it or damage it. So I just wrapped my cable up, threw it around, came back around here to the frame, and then I just hooked it in the hook right there. Now if it comes loose, yeah, then it's gonna fall off, but it would fall off anyway if it was up there. But the way it is if it does, then I mean, the way it's wrapped right here, it's gonna hold. Hopefully I see it in my mirror, but every time I stop, I'm gonna check it anyway. I had actually tried to put the hook up there, wrap it around the frame, then put the hook right here, but the end of the hook was hitting the light, and I didn't want to bust the light. So then I actually tried going crossways. I was going to take one, go to that side, and then take the other one from that side and bring it back over here, do a cross pattern. Well, when I done that, I noticed this right here started bending out, so I didn't want to do that. So that was my best option. So if you do this, just try to get some of these straps big enough to the whole weight rating, which I mean it's not that much weight, but try to get some with shorter straps in between the hook and the ratchet. Then you should be okay. But that's the way to do it. It ain't going nowhere. And then of course done the same thing with that one. What it is, this little piece right here is in the way of getting the have enough to do that ratchet. Anyway, there she is. Everything's good to go, and I'm fixing to get ready to pull out of here, get down to Alabama, and Man, I gotta get my truck washed. This thing is filthy. She's filthy. Y'all like my new stickers? Check that out. Running late. That suits me just fine. Anyway, there she is. Alright. Well, we're gonna get on off here, and I may holler at y'all later or whenever I get down to get unhooked in the morning, and we'll go over the numbers and everything. Alright. Good morning, everybody. Well, we just got unloaded and we're headed back home. So, sorry I didn't get no footage unhooking or anything like that. There's a few other guys in there that was there, so we all stood around and talking and everything while we was waiting on them to open up. And it's a pretty nice place over at Camping World in Calera, Alabama. They I don't know if it's always that fast, but in and out there pretty quick. The one that I delivered to in Summerfield, Florida, I believe, here a few months ago, that boat I took, man, they took it back, took the cover and everything off of it, inspected the whole deal. This guy, he just walked around and inspected the outside, said, follow me. I went there and had my paperwork, we're good to go. But anyway, so that was good. But we just south to Birmingham and go up here and get on 22 and head home. But we'll get on here and go over the numbers and everything with you. And let's see, Calera, Alabama, Camping World, 22-foot pontoon boat. The total miles from my house, Indiana, to Calera was 1,310 miles. Still got about 160 miles from there back home. So if you want to figure that in with fuel or whatever. I used roughly about 115 gallons of fuel to Indiana to Calera. And it was paid miles was 667 miles at $1.66 a mile. Come out to 1107.22. So not a bad little deal. That was also when I go to Belden. Of course, I'm already at home, and it pays like $6.70. I really don't like doing these ones that are about that pay about the same as I'm already home. If I'm having to drive or deadhead 150, 200 miles back home. But with times the way they are right now, it is what it is. I try to take it a little bit easier and everything, try to get better fuel mileage, and actually I am. They normally going to Indiana and back home is roughly about what I just did, about a little over 1,300 miles. And basically say 670 up there and 670 back. And I'd burn anywhere between 125 to 130 gallons. And sometimes I can have a heavy foot. But I took it easy, and then plus, I mean, it was a boat, so it was light. And so I got pretty good fuel mileage. So I should be able to add in about another 160 miles back home. I know I got plenty of fuel to get back home. And so I mean, that's an extra, say, 200 miles on that trip that I actually got. So I don't think that's too bad. feelings towards anybody or anything, but I don't know if he's a subscriber or just watching my channel, but my last video he made a comment about me dipping and spitting and stuff like that, and I politely told him that if it offends you, don't watch. And I mean, yeah, I would like to try to get my subscribers and everything like that up, but I mean, I'm not going to change who I am just to get subscribers. You start doing that, quite honestly, you fake, and that's one thing I'm not. So, like that old saying, what you see is what you get. So, that's all I can say. If you don't like what I put out or what I do in my channels, there's plenty more channels to go out there and watch, guys. I mean, yeah, I would love to have you subscribe and continue watching my channels, but I mean that same goes to me. If I don't like a video that I'm watching or somebody's channel, then I don't watch it. Plain and simple. So, cheers. Anyway, that's that. My little rant for today. But yeah, we're getting on back home. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and whenever I get home, I'm gonna be busy. I got some more decals coming in, guys. Whenever I get home, I gotta go pick them up, and so I'll let you, whenever I get them put on, I'm hoping to get them put on today, so I'll let you see what they are. Be in my next video. But yeah, get home, gonna be busy. Gotta get home. I gotta take my fifth wheel out so I can pull the Santa Claus float, because it's a gooseneck. I need to get me one of them adapters where you put on the gooseneck and slide onto a fifth wheel. So, but it's good that I'm taking this thing out. I may, whenever I go to put it back in, or while I'm taking it out, if I have time, like I said, guys, I'm gonna be busy because I got a lot of stuff to do in a short period of time. I try to make a video of taking it out, but I'll try to make another one reinstalling it, which I've already done, made one video of that. But of course, on that demco, I check all my bolts and everything and make sure everything's still tight and torqued down and stuff like that. But this gives a good opportunity for me to go ahead and take it out, because it's been in there for several months, and that way I can inspect everything, make sure the pins and bolts and everything like that are still doing good. They're not wearing or anything like that, because if they're wearing and stuff, then of course they're not going to continue to get a good hold. So I'm gonna have to replace them. But hopefully that's not the case. So that'd be a good opportunity to do a little review. And so do that. And I went ahead and got the truck washed at Blue Beacon in Glendale, because there really wasn't one down here that I could get it washed before I got home. I did run through a little bit of rain around Huntsville last night. Luckily the truck's not too dirty, so I figured I'd just get home and spray it off real quick with a pressure washer. Then I got to wash the Tahoe real quick, and with all the rain we've had, I probably need to give my dog another bath, but I'm probably not going to have time. Probably just going to wash your feet and brush her off real good. So, because we got the Christmas parade tonight, and it's gonna be close to 1 o'clock time I get home, and I've got to have all this stuff done by roughly 5 o'clock. Plus me get a bath. so yeah, be busy. These people up here in Birmingham, they cannot drive. They are in a hurry. Just cutting people off, and I need to get over.
This is an e-dispatch's pre-alert. Your full alert will arrive shortly once processing has completed.
But anyway, y'all may have just heard that, I don't know. I got a fire page fixing to come through, so, which I'm nowhere near home, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. If y'all don't mind, y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button, and leave me a comment, and I'll get back to y'all on the next one. So, as always, y'all be safe. Semper Fi.